This presentation, titled Management System Integration, Basics and Beyond, comes to us from Mohammad Niazi. Mohammad is Operations Manager Assurance for SAI Global, where he leads a strong team of more than 20 third-party auditors. He has more than 19 years of experience as a lead auditor, consultant, and trainer in the fields of quality, environmental, and health and safety, and has led third-party auditing teams in more than 300 organizations. Mohammad is a third-party lead verifying auditor for ISO 9001, ISO 14001, AS/NZS 4801, OSIS 18001, and ISO 45001, leading audits in large, diversified industries with extensive experience in engineering, consulting, construction, facilities management, automotive, and electrical industries, providing risk-based process auditing. And with that, take it away, Mohammad.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much for that. Okay, everybody, today's topic is management system integration basics and beyond. And so let's get into this. Over the years, there is a constant and conscious effort to give management system standards a common foundation. Obviously, having common building blocks and principles make integration easier and seamless. Once we have the common building bricks, we can keep integrating just like a Lego. The purpose of this presentation is to explain the foundations of a management system, allowing us to grasp the basics of the integration to achieve the desired objectives. Please keep in mind that objective is a keyword here. You will see in the later slides what I mean with that. In the second half of the presentation, we will explore the idea that how we can approach our objectives through the lens of risk in line with the risk management principles and guidelines, also known as ISO 31000. All right, then let's go through some of the basic concepts. What is a process? Well, this could be a little bit too basic for some of our experts. However, no harm in going through basics again, as I have found that we always learn a different viewpoint from the same basic ideas. It may give us a different perspective too. So process, as it could be very simple, input, and we do activities to transform into an output. But what is missing here? Resources. So it is very basic what is a process is. Very simple. Process is converting into outputs using resources. We do thousands of processes every day. Now, what is a system? All of us are surrounded by systems and use terminology very often, but what is definition of a system? Here it is. When different processes work in tandem within a boundary or scope to give us our desired objective, then it is referred as a system. Now, what is a management system? But before that, what is management? Management provides a structure to a process, but how? This is by using these elements. As I've said, using these elements or foundations of the management system, when we attribute the elements of the management system to a system, this is referred as management system, which has a scope and a desired objective. Now we know what is a process system, management system. So what is a quality management system then? It's very easy too. If we use the same elements of the management and then we see through the lens of quality, then and we have a desired objective to achieve the consistency and continual improvement of products and service, that is a quality management system. On same token, let's see what could be an integrated model. This graphic is quite self-explanatory, so I'll let you see through that, and then I will explain a little bit. Till here, we have already learned that a quality management system has the same management system elements, but we see through them through the lens of quality, and we attribute quality-related planning, quality-related organization, quality-related implementation, and quality-related monitoring and control. And the objective here to achieve is consistency and continual improvement of our products and services. Same thing if we apply for environmental management system, the objective would become prevention of pollution and improvement of environmental performance. If we go one step further, if we apply that for health and safety management system, the objective will be minimizing accidents and improving safe working conditions. And if we integrate it, the objective is quality, environmental, and health and safety management system excellence. So we can keep integrating it with other management systems to achieve our desired objectives. Does this not give you a feeling of building a Lego? Once we can add as many, one can add as many objectives as they like and keep applying fundamentals of the management system, or could use available standards to facilitate the objective. The main three standards have same high-level structure of management requirements, such as context, leadership, planning, support, operations, performance evaluation, and improvement. So we can utilize those standards and keep integrating them. Now, a little bit more from the basics. What is quality assurance? Now, every organization will have processes such as resource management, engineering, procurement, and production. All of them will have an output that is service or a product. We measure that output against a standard or a specification, and if it's all good, it goes to our customers. If something is not good or something is not right, we rework it like that. However, that will not stop the problem from happening again. So we need that data to analyze and to find the root cause and implement solution, which is this process. So please remember, first source is the process or the product. The second source is the customer. And the third source is our all main processes. So there are three main sources for data to gather, analyze, and implement solutions to keep improving our systems and our products. Those are these three elements. Same philosophy can be applied to the environmental management systems. All processes will have their relevant environmental aspects, such as air pollution, water contamination, etc., which require to be monitored and measured. If they remain in control, our community is happy, which is desired objective here. If we have a problem, we correct it, which is more like pollution control. However, if we get the data from our processes and community and do impact analysis, establish ERAs, and implement controls, we will see prevention of pollution. Now, it can be applied to health and safety management system too. All processes will have their relevant OHS hazards. Desired objective here is zero harm to employees or anybody involved. If we have incidents, we investigate and implement solutions, but that is only controlling the situation. However, if we get the data from our processes and encourage participation and consultation from our employees and carry out detailed risk assessments or safe work method statements and implement those controls, we should be able to prevent accidents. Now, you have seen two basic things. One, different definitions of systems, process, management system, and then we have looked into how we can utilize the same information and build it upon integration. And we have also seen the how we can integrate different models and have seen the assurance models of three systems, which are quite similar in their approach. So there is no doubt that integration is quite seamless. If we get the basic idea, we can keep improving our processes and our products and services and continue to improve and integrate our management systems. Now, say on the same way, I would like to discuss and explain to a little bit about process approach. All what I have explained so far will give us limited benefit if we did not apply the process approach. Understanding and managing interrelated processes as a system contributes to the organization's effectiveness and efficiency in achieving its intended results. It is very important. Do you think we can achieve what I have just said if we had silos within our organization? Perhaps not. How about this? We need to break those silos so we can understand and control the interrelationships and interdependencies among the processes of the system so that the overall performance of the organization can be enhanced. This is what is supported by ISO 9001:2015 Quality Management System Standard. Now, let's look into a little bit into the risk-based thinking. Risk-based thinking enables an organization to determine the factors that could cause its processes and its management system to deviate from the planned results. Risk-based thinking puts in place preventive controls to minimize negative effects and makes maximum use of opportunities as they arise. The concept of risk-based thinking has been implicit in various international standards, including, for example, carrying out preventive action to eliminate potential non-conformities, analyzing any non-conformities that do occur, and taking action to prevent recurrence that is appropriate to the effects of the non-conformity. The requirements such as establishing the context of the organization and actions to address risks and opportunities are examples of that. On all relevant management system standards, I would rather say the current management system standards for quality, environment, and health and safety. This gives an opportunity to look the management system standard through the perspective ISO 31000, which is risk management principles and guidelines. So now let's have a look into that. Simply put, ISO 31000 is a standard for risk management, first published in 2009, with the most current version at the time of this presentation is being 2018. It describes a set of guidelines intended to streamline risk management for the organizations. So what is the definition of risk? Which is an effect of uncertainty on objectives. Word objective is a key here too. I would like you to read these notes and request the special attention to note 2. Note 2 explains that the objective can have different aspects such as financial, health, and safety and environmental goals, and can apply at different levels such as strategic, organization-wide, project, product, and process. So if quality equates to a risk to an organization, and if we take the ISO 31000 as our main reference to achieve our objective, let's say for any of the management system implementation, we also need to ask the question whether our management system and our integrated management system is passing the test of these principles and creating the ultimate value for the business. So questions could be, is our system customized, inclusive, dynamic, based upon best available information, and so forth? It kind of gives an elevated viewpoint to the management system before we get into the details of the requirement and start implementing them. Please keep that in mind. It is just a way of thinking what I'm promoting here, basically planting a seed in your mind. Like any other management system, its framework is based upon PDCA approach too. So let's say you want to use quality as a risk and use ISO 31000 framework, you may choose ISO 9001 quality management system for the design part of the framework. So this framework has the main elements of leadership and commitment, design, implement, evaluate, continue, improve, which is same as PDCA approach. And it's the same approach which is utilized in any other management system standard. Now look at a little bit of risk management process, what this standard promotes. It starts with the identification, analysis, evaluation, and treatment. All the steps have to be continuously under the umbrella of monitoring and review and communication and consultation. And before we do any of the above, we have to establish the context and keep reviewing it during the whole process. In other words, I'm saying to see through the lens. I have to get that started. In other words, I'm saying to see through the lens of the risk when you implement any of these models, which are quality, environment, and health and safety. So it is just a viewpoint and it's just an idea that how you can apply the risk management philosophy while implementing your quality, health and safety, and environmental management system and keep integrating them with other objectives if they come and when they come for your organization. There could be some more strategic objectives. So this is just an idea how you can utilize the philosophy of ISO 31000 to implement these management system and integrate them further too. Just for your information, this is the overview of ISO 31000, which involves principles of managing risk, clause 3, framework of managing risk, clause 4, process of managing risk, clause 5. So this is just main overview. In this standard, leadership is of a key importance, and risk management, it has to ensure three basic things. One, that ISO 31000 is not one size fits all. ISO 31000 advises particular attention to the customization of the risk profile, risk appetite, and communication and facilitation of risk management throughout the company culture. Number two, executive alignment is crucial. The risk management process is integrated across all levels and departments of the organization, as well as being strongly aligned with the company objectives, strategy, and culture. Third, consider how risk will impact value. making sure that risks are prioritized in accordance with how they impact the organization's ability to create and deliver value. They are the last, they have to be proactive, not reactive. The basic idea is that risk management should be preemptive. The idea of continuous improvement culture is very important and very in the center of everything of ISO 31000. Continuous improvement is another significant concept as I said, in understanding of ISO 31000. Improving risk culture is possible, and like many things, it becomes a lot easier when you have process for it. Such processes can be separated into three main things or three stages: cultural awareness, cultural change, and cultural refinement. So just to recap, this brings us to the end of this presentation. We covered below from the perspective of integration, which is basic definitions, assurance models, process approach, and risk-based principle and risk and guidelines. I have planted an idea in your mind that how you can use ISO 31000 principle and guidelines for achievement of your objectives, and it could be the integration of your management systems. After this is just a little bit about organization which I'm representing, SAI Global. I'll give you a couple of seconds to read it. Thank you so much for listening to me.
And thank you, Mohammad Niazi, for your perspective on the integration of management system audits. And that concludes this presentation.